What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out the sequel to Yes Your Grace. It's called Yes Your Grace Snowfall. I liked the first game. I thought it was pretty enjoyable, but if you never played the first game before, it was a game that had some pretty stunning visuals, some pretty incredible stuff done with parallax and overlaid like 2D models on top of 3D environments. Really great looking game where you were a king and effectively the end of the world was kind of coming. There was sort of like this massive horde of enemies that are heading towards your kingdom, and you sit in your throne room and you make decisions about what you're going to do, how you're going to prepare. You have people come in from the peasantry and the nobles that are asking for things. You give out loans, you manage your money, generally deal with inter-family conflicts. It was a game that really kind of had a lot of things going on with it. And so this is the sequel, which is coming out at the end of the year. Today we're going to take a look at it for about 30 minutes, see if you wanted to add it to your wish list, or if it looks like it's just not the kind of thing for you. I will try to do commentary along the way as to things I see that are right and wrong about it. You can find the link down below in the description, along with a bunch of my other links, like Discord and all that kind of stuff, where you can hang out with me more, I guess. Let's go ahead and start a new game.
What's the difference between a common man and a king? Both make mistakes, but a king's decisions affect the lives of many. One decision in particular still weighs heavy on the heart of the King of Davon. This story starts with a pledge to bestow the hand of his unborn daughter. Years passed, until one day the barbarians came, demanding what had been promised. To protect Lorsulia, Eric invited his wealthy neighbors to forge an alliance. Perhaps it was King Talus's desperate search for a book to cure his wife that enticed him to visit. A deal was struck that sealed the fate of Lorsulia, an army in exchange for a wedding to Talus's son. Amidst the splendor of the wedding, King Talus took a fatal sip from a tainted chalice. In the heat of the moment, King Eric was accused of murder. With the promised armies withdrawn and Lorsulia whisked away to the faraway capital of Atana, Eric found himself embroiled in a royal trial and proved his innocence. With Atana's forces ready to help, Eric marched his army to defeat the hordes of barbarians once and for all. But the battle revealed Davon's true enemy, Prince Ivo of Atana, who ignored the signal to join the battle. By sheer luck, Eric emerged victorious. But the victory tasted bitter upon his tongue. To Eric's despair, Lorsulia was now in the hands of a traitor. Nothing could have been done to prevent the inevitable. The murder of Eric's daughter marked the beginning of countless witch hunts. Ivo used her image as an excuse to cleanse the land of Davon by fire as his armies descended upon Grevno Castle. The siege of Grevno lasted for weeks and shook its walls to their core. But at last, Eric's wit, bravery, and enduring alliances brought the conflict to an end. Ivo was put to justice, and Davon enjoyed peace for the first time in months. The slow process of healing and rebuilding had begun. But in the archives of Grevno, a certain rare book still lies in wait. It will fuel a new wave of deceit.
Kind of seems like things aren't going entirely too well inside the kingdom of Grevno or whatever. Seems like it's been a rough decade or two. People kind of going through it right now, a little stressed. Probably got some sweat rings under their armpits. I don't know, man. The flames that keep everyone warm at night still rage in the king's mind. Your Grace, everyone is getting impatient. I'll just grab something warm and put on the crown. Alright, where's my crown at? There's my crowny bits. Throw that thing up on my head, dude. I'm looking to be gilded right now. I'm a victorious king. I just wiped out my enemies. Trouble keeps coming to our door, doesn't it? I mean, it certainly seems that way. Things are not going entirely too great, but like you've managed to navigate it so far. I have my own family to take care of. He is an old friend, though. Now that I got my frock and everything thrown on, let's go see who this visitor is, see what he's got to say to the king. But I warn you, if it displeasures mine ear, thou shalt go to the gallows. Eric, and what? Any thoughts? Hang on, lad. Honestly, if I knew it would end like this, I wouldn't have come here. I've no idea how he found your castle. I didn't want to endanger your family. You're putting us in a tough spot here, Jacob. Without your help, we'll be forced to give up our lands to Kafka. So he sent us some wine. Maybe it's a gesture of goodwill? I'm at war with Kafka, and you're really wanting to drink this? What if it's poisoned? Clearly he knew I was coming here. He's always 2 steps ahead. He's as cunning as he is wealthy. Unless you want him as your neighbor, we should work together. Eric, a moment. Darling, I told you this wasn't just a friendly visit. Old friends just appear out of nowhere, not wanting anything. You don't have to help him. I feel like we're already in this mess. Am I supposed to let him bleed out? The prince and I also need your help. He's not getting any better. Yeah, I'm worried about our son. Jacob's not wrong, though. Next thing you know, Kafka comes for us, and then what? Is it not better to let Jacob deal with him instead of waging a full-blown war? And he brings his son with him? Is that to try to sway us? Like we don't have enough kids around here. But you said I could look through the books after this. Taimo, just give us a moment, maybe later. Eric, have you made up your mind? Is everything all right? I've heard the prince isn't doing the best. He's gonna get out of it, right? The things we do for family, huh? I don't actually have any men or resources to help you. We'll have to play it smart. You have to find a way to provoke him and lead him straight to Grevno. Once he gets here, we ambush him from an outpost and crush him against the walls. But the wall? The queen has a fair point. After your war with Atana, there doesn't seem to be much wall left. Don't worry, by the time you get there and back, the wall's gonna be fixed. Fair. I hope I can count on you. One last thing. Can I leave my son with you? He'll be safer here, and besides, it's difficult to travel with him. Eric. She's coming! Not now, Sadani. She's coming. Can we be done now? I've got this. I appreciate it, Eric. Big plans, Your Grace. Big plans. Lord Jacob's visit wasn't in our favor, but we will manage. Nevertheless, duty calls. The people of Davern will queue in the throne room to petition you. Many are struggling since our war with Atana. There's not enough to go around. Let us hope for a smooth week then. Don't worry, I'm here to help. And oh, Your Grace, after we've dealt with the petitioners, please see the general in the council room. I think he has information regarding possible outpost sites. Alright, let's call up at my own wife. She's the first one in line. Well, I guess if somebody was gonna be. Don't fret, darling. The decision's been made and we're gonna work it out. I suppose new company might be good for Sadani. Can you check on her? She's excited about her sister visiting and we kind of brushed her off, of course. And before I leave, what do you want to do with the wine? Dispose of it. As Jacob said, the wine might be poisoned. I don't want to risk anything. That's a shame. Then again, not like I can have any anyways. I'll let the servants know. That's my cue. I'm gonna go feed them and get some sleep. Good luck out here. Alright, next up, necklace lady. What you got for the king? The man in the hat. Your Grace, I come beseeching aid. With the cold, wet weather, our fence posts don't hold up like they used to. Last night, I woke up to find all my livestock gone a-roaming. Pig, sheep, cattle can't find a one, and I'm a farmer, so it's a sorry situation. Please, Your Grace, spare some strong hands to help round up our stock. Okay, I only have, like, the one agent, apparently eponymously named Stanley, that I can send on out here. I don't know exactly what this meter is. A 30% chance of... Is that 30%? Well, each of those dots is not 10% after looking at it, so I honestly don't know. Each time you send an agent to work on a task, it costs them action points, and they have limited ones. Okay, so they've got yellow dots. Oh, I gotta click and hold it. Okay. This sounds urgent. I hope this will be enough to help. Your Grace, all my thanks. In hard times, a ruler's true legacy is forged, forsooth. Our little village won't soon forget this. We'll make sure you fill those levies when war comes against Kabafka, or whatever their name is. Alright, well, we gained prosperity, so that's good. We've got a prosperity meter, we've got an influence meter, and I'm guessing this is going to be like money, or like wealth, possibly. Although I suppose that could fold into prosperity. Hear me out, Your Grace. A vicious storm blew through the township last night, snapping pines like they're toys. Now there's a mess, fallen trees everywhere, roof smashed in. In the end, perhaps it will make for plenty of firewood, but we need help to clean up and make repairs, Your Grace. We're short of tools, but even some food would help. Please lend us your support. Okay. Stay and take care of business out there, bro. Do your thing, buddy. Here, I hope this will be enough. Thank Perun and thank Your Grace. Our prayers are answered. We will come back all the stronger in honor of our king. Well done. That's it for the week's requests. So let's see what the general had in mind for outposts. Oh, I got boots? Hold on. What's up with the boots, bro? Well, I wanted to figure out how to put on my boots or whatever, but maybe they're like a gift that I can give to people or something. I don't see an inventory menu around. We got to go to the council room. This is our current castle right here. They said this wall was falling down, dude. Looks pretty decent to me. I mean, it's missing some paints in some spots, but at the end of the day, there's a wall there. Is that a bear? Do you have a pet bear in my castle? Ever since WashTech started, I don't even know how to say that name, dude. I've seen that name in like a million things, because isn't that the name of the bear that was in like the Polish army in World War II or something like that? It's something like that. Anyway, somebody told me how to pronounce it once, and then I promptly brainwiped it because I'm subject to a lot of information on a daily basis. Sidani lost interest in gathering more agents. Maybe that's for the better. I was worried what she would have come up with next. All right, let's talk to the general. What's our plan for Lord Jacob? Your Grace, it's good to see you. I have an update on our plan to help Lord Jacob. Okay, let's hear the details of it. We need to ensure Kafka doesn't know he's walking into a trap. Did you manage to finesse the plan? Yes. We need to gather a few basic supplies to create an outpost so that we can drive Kafka right where we want him. I found 3 sites that are suitable, each has strengths and weaknesses. Take a look at the map and mark the location that you want to prepare. I will handle the rest. We have 3 weeks to decide. Here, these supplies are probably a good starting point, and of course the wall. What do we need? The master builder is awaiting you at the construction site. He's going to be able to provide you with more details. It might be tough, but with a little bit of luck, I think we can do it in time. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. We've got a regional map over here. Oh, really? In this one, you can actually, like, leave the castle and go out to other areas. I think in the first game, you were mostly confined to the castle and sort of just, like, hanging out, answering requests and whatnot. I think there was a world map, though, if I remember correctly. But either way, we can go down to the village, we can go to the footbridge, we can go to the curvy thicket. We've got the outskirts over there. I need to talk to the construction guy about the wall, though. Is there anything else inside the council room that needs to be taken care of? There's still an icon over here. What does that icon mean? There's a question mark, but optional quest. All right, it's probably the kids. You have a very beautiful castle. Hello, my, pumpkin? You would embarrass me in front of guests? At ease, pumpkin. Yes, father. Are you preparing for Aelia's arrival? You knew? Aelia's visiting us in 8 weeks. Should I get her a pet? Maybe I'll get her a sword. That's too grand. She will think that I care. It's Aelia we're talking about. It's been so long. There's a lot of pressure. Maybe you could perform a song. No, that's not special enough. It's got to be something grand, something unforgettable that screams Aelia. Luckily, I have Timo to help me. We could read her a book. How about this one? This is serious. She's not impressed by that. Be nice to our guest, Pumpkin. I'm sorry, it's just all very stressful. What if I tell you about Aelia? She's adventurous, rides bisons, fight with swords. She loves to do various pranks, too. Alright, so the optional gift is apparently the thing we needed to learn about. Let's go over to the wall real fast. Then we'll decide if we've got time to go out to the village and see what other people have going on. These landscapes look really, really fantastic. Like, the graphic fidelity of this game is really kind of pushing the blend of pixel art and 3D. It looks great. Your Grace, how does it look? The war with the Tana caused a great deal of damage to the defenses, Your Grace. Rebuilding something grand for a second time is always a challenge, but our dedication to the effort is paying off. The wall and its garrisons are going to gleam good as new. That's what I'd hope to hear. I will certainly sleep better when we're behind strong walls again. To say nothing of our plan to ambush Lord Jacob's enemies. Dude, loose lips. Why are you telling that to the carpenter? Speaking of, there's a tiny problem, Your Grace. Let's hear it. The recent limestone deliveries are getting thinner and thinner. We're missing some rocks that would help us build the whole thing. No need to worry, it's nothing huge. I just need 3 tons and we'll be done. I'm sure the king has connections. I will see what can be done. Let's have a look at this map. Bridges have always been, since the dawn of time, a choke point that people use to fight around. So I'm leaning kind of towards the northern footbridge. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Lord Jacob will cross the northern footbridge and Kafka's army will follow. If our armies lie in wait on the riverbank, we'll be able to surprise them and control their direction. Thick canes and grass give us more than enough of a hiding spot. Looks like a good choice for the outpost, even though it requires a little more work to prepare. The location isn't far, but the mud and the cold are challenging. Okay, so we've got sturdy boots and we've got linen, huh? It doesn't quite get us there, but I guess these are just generalized supplies that give us bonuses to various challenges. So I think I can live with that. We'll close this off real fast. So I took a look at all 3 locations. The curvy thicket is a forest. They flatly admitted that the battle may devolve into chaos. I don't like that. What we're doing is a very controlled operation to move him towards the walls. And so just the fact that they said that chaos is equally as likely as success means the curvy thicket is out. The Straw Village has a little bit of a lore concern where everyone thinks it's haunted and everyone thinks that it's cursed. And so the Straw Village was apparently destroyed during the war, and nobody goes over here anymore due to these rumors. The rubble would allow us to hide from the enemy, and it's the closest to the wall, meaning that the drive to flush them towards the wall would be the easiest. But I am personally foreseeing some kind of problem with the fact that it's supposedly haunted or whatever, either with my troops' morale or with the enemy just choosing to go around it or something like that. I don't trust it, so I think our first inclination that the northern footbridge, use it as a choke point to drive the enemy back towards the wall, is probably the best play here, just logically. This is the only one that didn't have serious concerns. The only problem was logistical, and I like that a little bit better. Let's go ahead and end the week, and we'll see what comes up next week. The prosperity received last week is converted into gold. Nice. Let's collect taxes. Very nice. So we've got a little bit of cash rattling around now. Was I supposed to completely and totally drain my prosperity? I don't know if I'm supposed to completely and totally drain this or not. We probably don't want to loot the coffers too heavily, so I'll just even it out at 30 gold that we have to play around with. As far as my agents go, he needs to be paid, so let's keep him taken care of. It's going to be 18 bucks to pay him. How much is it to pay her? 20? Oh, we may actually have to, like, drain this on out. If we want to keep our agents paid, that is. Like, the only way we can pay both of them is by basically tapping everything out. And then over here, it looks like we can engage in various trade transactions and things like that, too. All right. Pay agent number 1. Pay agent number 2. And then maybe put the rest back into prosperity. I don't know if there's going to be checks for, like, my prosperity level. Like, did I just become a despot and steal everything from the peasantry? Or is this entire meter just the taxes that I'm owed? There's a little bit of unexplained context here. Like, did I just King John everybody into the ground? Or did I simply take what I was owed? Either way, I guess we'll find out. Your Grace, we should pay attention to the outposts on the map. You should pick the one that you think is best, or the one that we can afford. Oh, my wife is back. Huzzah. I wonder how Timo's adjusting. He still seems so shy with me. Sadani should look after him, but it seems like her head is in the clouds a bit and my hands are full. I'll look in on him if I can find a moment. Next up. I come with a serious matter, Your Grace. My name is Yanka. I trade in trinkets and artifacts, most recently rare creatures. Goblins, griffins. How do I put this? The swans stole my lions. You have my attention. The swans breathe fire, the lions can fly. No. There's a real explanation here. You know the swans, right? The bandit gang? I was transporting lions for a lord when the swans ambushed me on the road. Now my lions are gone. And where do I come in? You're the lion wrangler. How do you expect me to help? At least 3 lions got out of their cage when the swans attacked. All I ask is that you keep an eye out for them. If your agents ever spot one, make sure to let me know where. I'll handle the rest, and I will compensate you for your effort and time. Technically, you'll compensate me either way by paying your taxes. The local inn north of here would be a good place to start the search. Surely somebody's seen something, or you could look for them on your own. I will see what can be done. Appreciate it. Find me at the wall if you ever need anything. I'll show off my repertoire of trinkets and other useful items. Okay, next. It's a disaster, Your Grace. All the little ones, the children in our village have fallen sick, Your Grace. They've all come up with spots. A rash? Always the same one. First a big red patch, then lots of little spots. Then comes the fever, the itching. Your Grace, the parents, we were all beside ourselves. Your Grace, this is a perfect task for a witch. She is skilled at treating illness. Okay. It looks like she gets a plus 40, so we'll go ahead and take that. That sounds all right. Our court witch is well versed in sickness and with medicine. She will ease the pain. Your Grace is a merciful ruler. A bitter winter is to come, and even the smallest of us will need care. Thank you, Your Grace. Your kindness will bring ease to the children. Next! Your Grace, hear me out. I know people don't usually care for cats, but I love mine. The farmer next to me started luring her inside and feeding her whatever garbage he wants. She comes home less and less often, and when she does, she gets fatter and fatter. I know that with winter on the way, it sounds like a luxury problem, but I am worried about her nutrition. Please, send somebody to deal with my neighbor, or give me something that will help me talk him out of it. The fat cat has to do with illness? I mean, I don't know if I want to send her twice to rescue your cat. Is this really for the good of the kingdom? I like fat cats. I think fat cats are way preferable to like little skinny cats with their ribs sticking out. Have you ever just like had a big fat cat just like lay on your back while you're taking a nap? It's the best. It's one of the best feelings on earth. It's also why like fat guys give better hugs than skinny guys. I guess I will help with your feline related issue. It is in my channel name, so I feel a little conflicted right now. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't feel like this benefits the kingdom very much. This seems like a one-person's this seems like something that should be, like, dealt out to the local alderman or something. In dark times, things of beauty matter more than ever, do they not? I'm a blacksmith. My forge has supplied breastplates to the king's army, but I've always longed to make a finer work, to perform the art of silversmithing. What say you, Grace? Will you help me expand the forges and spin silver with my gifts? I mean, I suppose I can. He just needs tools. If it gets us there, what happens if I go, like, even more successful, though? Like, what happens if I totally, like, womp out on this and I don't just go for, like, the minimum? Because I've been going for the minimum quite a bit. Maybe I'll double up and see what happens. Johnny Tremaine over here needs aid. You allocated more resources to this quest than you needed to. Oh, we just need to get to the success area. I like that the game caught that and it actually undid it and told me I did that and then was like, cool, man, here's your stuff back. A lot of games would have been like, nah, you dumb nerd. You allocated too much resources. Suffer! And so I actually kind of like that. Eternal thanks, Your Grace. I wish to pay tribute to Davern's strength through art, the only way I know. Apparently, I'm now influential as well. It's what the tutorial said. Help me, please. Part of the sky fell down. What do you mean? There I was, minding my own business when a huge smoking chunk of rock crashed down into my field. It came out of nowhere. I was lucky to not be underneath it. Some of my cows, though, they got minced. Help me, Your Grace. I need more heifers and clean the place up. We might not have enough resources to help this person. Sometimes helping everyone's not possible. Let's send them away and hope for the best. Oh, this one's like meant to be failed. Like, no matter what you do, you're probably not going to be able to help out with this. Yeah. Well, I didn't get the full mileage out of my agent, so... Declining petitioners will cause a fall in population happiness. Oh, they were just explaining to me that there's a happiness meter as well. Rock from the heavens is out of my control. I'm sorry. But what are we supposed to do? We'll go hungry. What a lazy king. Guards! Take her to the stretcher. No one disrespects the king like that. Put her on the rack. Alright, we got some other stuff that we need to handle around town here. So, like, let's look around. We got bedrooms, throne rooms. We can go down to the wall. I do have a little bit of extra cash. Let me go out to the wall and see if there's anything that I can buy. No, the screen pans. I can go out in different directions. Where's the trinket lady at? Any news about the lions? No, but what's for sale? They've got medicine, they've got dried rations, and they've got limestone. I need the limestone. That's 8 pieces of gold for a ton back order of limestone. Yeah, I'll take the limestone. And then after we get the limestone, let's just buy the limestone now. Our prosperity didn't go up quite as much this week, but I'm sort of like a hyper-focuser when it comes to things like this. I tend to, like, focus on one quest at a time. I'm not good at multitasking, all right? ADD gets in the way of that. I have to hyper-focus on one thing, and once I get that done, I move on to the next thing. Tomorrow we'll see if we have the money to buy the rest of the limestone. And we do need to go to the council room. On the regional map, there's the Sleazy Weasel and the Dirty Side Roads. But it costs supplies to go investigate these things. Okay. We get prosperity for going over here to the Sleazy Weasel. The king's men found the Sleazy Weasel, a local tavern. Surprisingly, it had a beautiful dark timber ceilings and hanging flowers. It's not really sleazy at all. No weasels to be seen either. The innkeeper didn't seem very happy to have royal units marching in. What do you want here? Agents asked to speak with the innkeeper about monsters and mythical beasts. The innkeeper glanced around, gives a cough and a sigh, and mumbles under his nose. Last hunting trip of the year before winter set off for the forest not too long ago. They passed through here and told us they were headed up north for the mighty oak. If I were to guess, they knew something, and that's where your beast is at, but it might be a tricky situation getting there. Going over the high bridge won't be easy right now due to situations with the roads. The innkeeper scowls pointedly at the agents. You can also take the long way around through the open fields, but it's going to be costly and only gods know what you're going to run into. The folks at Stehu Village would probably help you find a faster way. Alright. Oh wow, I got a bunch of prosperity for that. Nice, dude. Stehu Village, what's that going to cost me? 4 supplies? Alright, let's keep running this thing down, dude. Agents enter the small village, no more than 5 families sharing 2 huts and a little barn. Everywhere they turn, there's ruined fences, rotting barrels, and the stench of cow manure in the air. No sign of a lion, but a scattering of people still make a commotion. My husband's missing, a woman wails. The village elder comforts her, turns to the royal agents. He told them he wanted to see the king at Grevno Castle regarding a beast and a missing person. He sends the agents on their way with a piece of bread. Crumbs, really. I mean, it filled up our prosperity. So at least we'll be able to pull in good taxes tomorrow. Let's go back to Grevno real fast because I think we're out of supplies for right now anyways, and I don't know where we get more of them from. I needed to check in on my hooligan daughter over here. What's she doing? Your mother wanted me to check on you. You behaving? Good thing you're here. I have an idea how to give Aelia a proper welcome. Do you want to see? Of course, go for it. Give me your best. Timo, just like we practiced, you got this. Do you, I like water. So close, let me try. It's not fair, you caught me off guard. Your Grace, what a long day it has been. If you could, cough cough, pass me this mug, Your Grace. I'm so thirsty. Would you like me to pour you some wine, milady? Or is there a chance you expected something to happen with the mug? Aw, we forgot to put the water inside. That's too hard. We should have stuck to the reading. You're right, this isn't good enough. Father, what did you think? Would that impress Aelia when she gets here? Are you worried? She always calls me Little Dumpling in her letters. It's been over a year since she went adventuring. I need to prove to her I'm not little anymore. Aelia was the queen of pranks. The only way to beat her is at her own game. You've given me a lot to think about. Thank you, Your Grace. Let's go, Timo. Time to see if we can come up with something more sophisticated. Maybe we could ask Domovoy for help. Father told me he can be responsible for all kinds of misfortunes in the household. We just need to prepare an offering. Sometimes I feel like you know more about Davern than I do. Tell me more. This won't end well. Somebody's gonna get like an anvil dropped on their head. Is that like a save point right there? What is that? It's gotta be a save point. Alright, I need to go talk to my wife too. We gotta go put in the bare basic time with the wife because my back can't handle sleeping on the couch no more. King's getting old. I wanted to see how you're doing. You startled me. I must have dozed off. Sorry to wake you. It's alright, it's the little one. He can't get comfortable. How was our, Edward? That's a good, strong name. How you holding up? I hope there's a way we can heal his ailment. No one knows, right? Jacob already knows something's going on. Apart from the doctor, it's just us, but it's especially difficult with Sedani around. Can you imagine if people found out? I prefer to focus on solutions. At last, a successor, 2 tiny ones. It's funny, you try for an heir for years, then they come out like buns from the oven, girl and a boy. But we should have known the damn ritual would have consequences. We've been through so much, but we're gonna get through this too. The wall's getting ready and the outpost is almost set up. Once we deal with Jacob and Kafka, you and the prince will have my full attention. I know it's hard to juggle the needs of the kingdom with the needs of our family. We'll get through it. Take care, honey. He did have medicine at the store. The lady had medicine at the store. Maybe we can use that on the kid. I like Aelia the best out of those. Their surviving the war makes you more frivolous, so the fact that nowadays there are fewer children in the castle might ruin the night. I think we're good for the day. I don't think there's anything else going on, so I think we can actually, like, bypass the week. You will need supplies to explore locations on the map. Press and hold the collect supplies button to convert your prosperity into supplies. Ew, so there's going to be sort of like a conflict here with our prosperity. Alright, we'll take that down to like half. Because I still need money for buying more things, and I think I got to pay my agents too. One of my guys still has 2 charges. Right? And so it kind of feels like it's a waste to pay him this week. I'll for sure pay her. Let's get that up to like 20 bucks, and then we'll spend the rest on supplies. That'll have to do. We have what we have in order to get stuff done. Definitely feels a lot more structured than the first game, so it definitely feels more gamified. I remember the first game being mostly just kind of like a visual novel with branching paths where you made decisions and whatnot. This one seems to be leaning much more in like a game direction. Alright, so we paid everybody. Everybody's good to go. We got our limestone. We got all our goodies. Let's get on out of here. But this is Yes Your Grace Snowfall. So far, I'm impressed with it. It seems like very, very strong, solid work for sort of a kingdom management RPG from the perspective of the Regency. And so, I am happy with what I have played so far. It is enjoyable, and it's definitely the kind of game that I would put some time into. I like it, and it's gorgeous, man. The game just drips with charm. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.